In the top right, we have Spirit. This is a new player, a new face. I have never seen this guy before. He's from China. Bottom left, we know him. Soen. Strong orc player. Up and coming from South Korea. Has made it to WGL before. Was in fact there at the most recent WGL also. Not too successful of a tournament there for him though. Didn't make it out of the groups. But certainly was good enough to qualify. Thank you very much, Zales, for the sub. So, Late Master opening. I certainly assume this is a keeper. Yes, it is. This is best of 3, by the way. As you can see in our overlay. I'm just trying to check if everything's right in the overlay and stuff. I think it is. Timothy! Oh my god! It looks like you figured out how to do this. Thank you very much for your 20 euro donation. Keep up the good work, guys. Love the stream, he says. Thank you very much. Nowadays, seems like the best way to work against the keeper is try to deny his experience progress. If you can keep him on level 1, that's the dream, but that is rather unlikely to make work for too long. But if you can deny, or delay at least, level 3 for a long time, that is also very helpful. Soen is not going to go with a harass right away. He's starting with a bit of creeping at least. For the first item, it was only the ring. Very unfortunate for him. Keeper is not running across the map with level 1. We sometimes see this. Archers and Treants creeping this camp. Keeper makes it to the orc main trying to cancel the second burrow. We're just coming up a little bit late here, but that is normal for the meta build. This is the one burrow tech. Soen wants to get to tier 2 here quickly. Orcs have tried to adapt against the new Night Elf style and have been very creative. And have found some success, but not the most, because the Night Elf strat that we most of the time see is still looking very powerful. It's 2 to 3 archers into Expo, into Huntresses, into mass production of those tier 1 units. However, with the tier 2 Night Elf, mass upgrades, sometimes an alchemist, sometimes solo keeper. Here's the Hunter's Hall. The expansion should be coming up soon. There it is. Oh, the Grunt Scout though, wow. Perfectly in time. I mean, this is very predictable. As I said, we see this basically all of the time. Grunt damage by itself will not be enough for the cancel, but if the Blade Master comes in as well, I think it should be. Blade is completely out of mana here. But he can only entangle one target. Going for the Grunt, the damage is enough for the cancel, right? Yes. Oh, he didn't cancel! Oh, damn. When no wisp pops out, you know it's a kill, not a cancel. Meaning he gets no resources back. Ouch. That was very expensive. Almost denying the Grunt there as well. That would have been great experience. Denied from the keeper. As it is, he is now pretty close to level 3. Blade Master himself sacrificing a lot of experience for this. He got the Expo cancel. That's a big deal. And that's certainly worth a Grunt loss. But he needs to catch up on levels here a little. Expo coming up again, this time over here. Canceling that one is going to be quite a bit harder. Dust of Appearance goes to the keeper for reveal against the blade. And also, it's going to keep his own unit safe here now with the orc not having the dust. Grunt was scouting a little, but Soen definitely doesn't want to lose the second Grunt. That would hurt a lot. He needs to have at least 2 out when he hits tier 2 to be able to continue creeping for his second hero, Shadow Hunter, which it should be. And it is. Thank you very much, Jellyfish, with a 23-month resub. Using my sub to say, human is the best race. Alright, thank you very much. So you see the tree again, but too many hunts here now. Not enough damage. Can't bring in the grunts, they would just be dying, and he can't afford to lose them right now, really. Level 2 for the blade with simultaneous creeping, that's pretty cool. We've been seeing more and more of this against Night Elves as well. Focus, for example, tried to play pretty greedy tier 2 counter expansion games recently against Foggy and against Infi both. Sometimes worked, sometimes didn't. The perfect build, the perfect strat still seems to not have been discovered by the orcs. And out comes the Shadow Hunter. So 2 grunts it is. He can certainly creep the green camp with this. He could creep this camp as well. He should be able to do that one. But for that one he would need Hex. And Hex is great in the early, but falls off hard later on, especially against Mass. So he's going Serpent Wards. And he's going for the next grunt. Okay, 3 grunts here now with the Berserker Strength upgrade. So they're pretty good actually. And the Blade Master keeps on harassing. That's something that Focus did as well. And Blade Master always annoying, always in the Night Elf's face. Scouting, harassing, delaying, and buying space for this Shadow Hunter. Who needs to get levels. Needs to get level 3. If you get a level 3 Shadow, or even level 4, that can be extremely strong against Night Elves, especially if he's heavy on the Huntresses, with the Serpent Wards being so strong against those. And that is the Lodge. Sorry, I saw that a little bit late, but yeah, this is pretty much what we see all the time nowadays. Lodge on tier 2, Shaman coming out early to have quick dispel against the Entangle, and that way you can keep your grunts alive. Has the first Shaman already. 2 Shaman into Adept training, this is the norm as well. And the Blade Master still being annoying. However, now it's level 2 Entangle, I think. Oh no, it's level 2 Treants. So that means that this Blade Master can still run around here pretty freely. Has more heal self still to use. And the expansion, yes, it's coming up soon, but has certainly been delayed by quite a bit. Illusion Scout here from the Keeper is really good. It's going to see whether or not this is going to be a counter expansion attempt. No peons coming over yet though. 4 grunts. Soin almost has the resources here for an expansion. And continuous scouting from the Wisp. From the Illusion. He wants to know if the Expo is coming up. You can play counter X, but you don't have to. If you don't, of course, you're going to have to all in against the expansion of your opponent at one point. Go to level 3 SH, which he is right now. Maybe even level 4. Get 50 supply, maybe 60, and then try to all in. Ideally, for that, you would like to have a high-level Blade Master as well. He doesn't have that. Last hit steal is not going to be coming in. Keeper gets more experience. Keeper gets the boots as well. Thank you very much, der Rattenjunge. 5-month resub. Says, please never stop. We don't intend to, my friend. Thank you. Alright. Counter Expo, yes or no? Now is the time to decide. Seems like Soin doesn't want to, and is being pretty aggressive. 2 Shaman here are good, of course. Have plenty of mana, actually. He's got a scroll of healing also. And the skill build is 2 levels in Serpent Wards. Expo hasn't mined yet. At all. Keeper has a couple of Huntresses here, but only 1 upgrade for them so far. This delay of the expansion may win him the game here already. I don't know. Let's see. Illusion's coming in as well. Wisps for the detonate. If they connect with a Shaman, that's going to be very effective. Can he take him out before? He doesn't have Hex. He doesn't have AoE, really. He's trying to split the Shaman somewhat. The Wisps are still coming in, though. And they get big detonates off. Here we go. Now he has barely any mana left. But the Serpent Wards are still there. Serpent Wards deal great damage against these Huntresses. He's focusing on them now. Look at them go. Really quickly taking them out. Big scroll of healing coming in from Soin as well. Healing so many of his grunts back up. And Spirit has to retreat. Everything's dropping low, kind of on Soin's side. It's a lot of the time about the Shadow Hunter mana. Once he runs out of mana, things become more difficult. But he has still some mana left. Can still summon more Serpent Wards. And he's... I think he saved all of his units, actually. This 45 supply timing turning out to be super powerful. Level 3 now for the Blade Master with all the kills he found. SH not too far away from level 4 himself. Grunt's normal damage is good against buildings. And there's not too many Wisps left here, actually. Even holding on to the mana on the Shaman. Alright, now using the Purge. No lightning shields at all. We're seeing this more and more recently. Just holding on to the mana only for Purge, not for the Lightning Shield. TP out has to be used here to keep the Keeper alive. But this expansion is gonna be falling, I think. So many grunts, so much damage. Had 1 armor upgrade as well, by the way, making them more beefy. But now he wants to get out without too many losses. The Keeper, though, what's he doing? There's mana on the blade. Windwalk, only level 1. He went for crit level 2. Alright, GG. Soen! Perfectly playing against the Night Elf here, seemingly. Had all the answers and a good strat. Okay. 1-0 lead. This is best of 3, so Spirit is gonna have another chance. The next game should be coming up more quickly than the one before. If Africa was to host the Korean WC3 League on Twitch like they do with the GSL, would you guys be able to cast it? I don't know. Would depend on the contract specifically. Yeah, previously we weren't allowed to cast Africa TV tournaments because it was Africa TV exclusive. But if they go to Twitch, I don't know, maybe they're gonna have their own channel. I can't tell you. Thank you very much, Sebi for Light with a 9-month resub, CFK91 with a 2 months, and Lecrest Fallen with a signature 100 bits. Did split the damage well between all the grunts. Nobody died. Grunt lives matter, it seems. Is that a nod to one of my previous comments? Also 2.5k bits. Deal going on if anybody's interested. Oh, nice. Thank you very much. Yeah, I used to say grunt lives don't matter. But that was a different matchup. That was Orc versus Undead. When... Oh, wait, I gotta join the game. Quick, quick, quick. Alright, I made it in. Yeah, Orc versus Undead. In my opinion, when the fight's around 50 to 60 supply, you should pretty much never focus grunts if anything else is in range. If heroes or raiders are in range, you want to focus them. Of course, if they're out of range, you don't want to chase them. Then you attack the grunts. But if either heroes or raiders are in range of your focus fire, you should always go for them. Not for the grunts. Grunts are there for soaking up damage. They don't really deal damage. Especially if you move properly with frost armor and such. Hey Remo, what about offline Russian Streamfest tournament at the end of April? Are you going to cast it? Foggy Hawk, Cash, Neutron qualified. No, we are not casting it. We're not invited. So, no. Not us, it will be someone else. I'm afraid. Glad you're feeling better, CFK. Seems like quite a few people are sick recently. There seems to be a flu going on or something. Is this over? No! This was just the first game. The first map. This is a best of 3. But we are going to be in Berlin on the 6th and 7th of April for the MTW Legendary Cup. We had 4 qualifiers to figure out the next 4 players to make it there. I'm really looking forward to it. I hope many of you will be joining as well because, well, you can't exactly... there's unfortunately not enough room in the MTW offices to host an audience in there, but we have the next best thing available because there is a bar, or rather a restaurant, right next to the offices, and there's going to be a public screening in Berlin. So April 6th and 7th. The restaurant is called the Horus Restaurant. H-O-R-U-S, Horus Restaurant. And yeah, there's going to be a public screening, and everybody can join in there, can hang out at that place and watch Warcraft together. After the tournament, or after our casting is done, perhaps in some breaks in between, Neo and myself will certainly be coming over and get a chance, hopefully, to meet a lot of you guys. And same will be the case for the players. They'll be, yeah, there as well. We'll be able to meet them. And I hope that quite a few people will turn up. April 6th and 7th in Berlin, the Horus Restaurant. Write that down if you guys are interested. Ent is going to be there as well, exactly. The last player to qualify. Enter, who looked really good in that last qualifier. The games I saw were kind of all one-sided. Well, not the one on Twisted Meadows, where he ran into 2 towers with a couple of ghouls. But all the other ones. So, second map here now, though. So in with the lead as we were expecting. Echo Isles here. Are we gonna see something different? Honestly, this was the normal Night Elf strat. This was just like Keeper, Expo, there we go. Of course, there was one massive mistake. Not cancelling the expansion, getting none of those resources back. Other than that, though, I think it was pretty well done just by and not so many glaring errors that I could see from the Night Elf. Blade not going for any creeping here. Super aggressive right away. Selling the TP. He can't buy anything here in the marketplace because nothing has been crept yet. So there's no... Well, this has just been crept, but I think it takes a couple of seconds before the roll appears in here. Super aggro Blade Master. Trying to deny level 2. I love this, by the way. I like that play a lot. Doesn't have any heal salves, though. The shop is late, but the tech is extremely fast. 1 borrow tech without a shop is the fastest you can go for. Well, unless you go for, like, Farseer tech without barracks kind of style. But now, he does have a barracks, does have 1 grunt, and there's no entangle to deal with the grunt, so this grunt is actually really powerful. I really like this opening by Soen. I feel, though, he's a little too liberal with his Windwalk usage. He always ends up being low mana later on in the game. Wants to get the Archer, though. Wants to get her before nighttime, I guess. Boom! Gets her. First blood. Trio of Life is over here, but the Grunt is scouting for it and should certainly get it. Blade Master can go for an item now in the marketplace. Oh, there's Claws and Circlet in the marketplace. And he had plenty of money as well. That was a bit of a mistake. Same with this Force of Nature summon. Ending up only being 1 Treant. But with the Blade and the Grunt, this should certainly still be a cancel. Even without the Claws. Which he could have gotten. That must pain every orc in here. I only play off-race orc sometimes, but even I was like, Claws! In level 1 battles especially, Claws are so super strong. Level 1 versus level 1 heroes. And this Keeper, man, he's being annoyed. Oh, and losing the Wisp here is going to delay this even more. Detonate, draining more of the mana of the Blade. Second Grunt coming in. But Keeper should now get the level up. And if the Blade Master had saved a bit more of his mana, perhaps he could have gone for the steal here. That would have been the sickest play. Steal this creep. Deny the level 2 even further. But even so, even if he doesn't get that, he has had a very disruptive early game. But of course came at the price of experience. Level 1 only. No experience at all. Almost. For the Orc. Is he teching? No. So Expo's been crept up, means the tree should be coming up over here. Grunt solo creeping on their side of the map as Entangle becomes available. I like this play by Soen. Looking good. Keeper, nice inventory for him. Only 1 Entangle, but Huntress is here. That's decent normal damage against the Blade. Tier 2's done. Here comes the Shadow. Here comes the Lodge. Berserker Strength. More Grunts. Grunts are all hurt though. Blade. Nah, can't cancel this. By delaying him a little bit more. Flirting with the idea of cancelling. With the 2 items, perhaps he could even go for it. But there's 2 Entangles basically on the Keeper, so it's not gonna happen. Doesn't have heal selves. This is all a little bit dangerous. Shadowhunter coming out with heal selves. Grunts are still healing though, so he can only go for the little green camp. Tanks it on himself, so the Grunts can keep healing. I like this play by Soen. Blade Master coming back in. He's like, oh, look at me, I'm over here. And the Keeper has to go back and it's like, would you leave me alone for the love of God already? Only level 1 on the entangle, so it's not that dangerous. This windwalk also wasn't really necessary. I like Sowen's play overall a lot here that he's showing so far. But he's, in my opinion, using a little too much mana. We have the Serpent Wards again. And with the 4 grunts here, the Shadow can easily creep this, of course. Blade Master's coming in. Shadow has Heal Self's form. He's going to be healing up. War Mill. Did we see a War Mill before? Ah, yeah, we did. For the grunt upgrades. Yes, yes, yes. Gloves of Haste. Not too bad. Blade Master going to pick those up momentarily. Sowen supply stuck a little. But Boro is coming. He can spend his resources fairly well. Can make use of a Merc Camp now as well. Concealed Hill doesn't have Merc Camps, but this here certainly does. Shadow Priest and Berserker both could be nice additions. Both heroes level 2. I wonder if you should prioritize the Shadow's leveling. Level 3 on him is so good for the Serpent Wards. Ring plus 3, that's more gold for the Orc. Shop control very important here. Upon daytime, scrolls become available. Both players desperately want them. And this is, I suppose, the advantage of the Night Elf. Having a strong presence right now. But then again, Sowen isn't too weak either. He has the Purge and stuff. I think he may have wanted to contest here for the scroll. But as it is, scroll goes to the Keeper. Here we go. That's the only scroll for a long time. Level 3 for the Shadow is picked up though. So, Sowen went for a pretty early push, around 45 supply. At the same time now, he is level 3 SH. Would love to see Clarities perhaps on him or something. Mana Pots. Bring 1 Peon for a shop. He should definitely bring 1 Peon for a shop. Reinforced defenses.
A player's forces are under attack.
Against possible counterattacks, maybe? Sentinel over here at the shop sees the Orc. He's keeping the ring, by the way. Wants to have this blade as tanky as possible. 40 supply only for Spirit? How does he not have more? No, he doesn't. Alright, TP in pretty far forward. Takes out the first Serpent Ward easily with this. And the Lightning Shield is being used this time around. Onto the Blade Master, onto the Grunt. Quite a bit of mana here being used by these Shaman early on. But also, of course, plenty of AoE damage coming from that. We have the Wisp coming in for the Detonate, but really nice that this time he's splitting the mana units better. But the Shadow and the Shaman, getting hit okay, but oh my god! Everything's dead! The Serpent Ward's too strong. Purge, Surround, Invul popped, he can hold the Surround. He can easily hold the Surround. Sowen is playing one hell of a strong game here. He didn't lose a unit. And the Keeper is gonna fall. Wow! Level 4 Shadow. He has found a really good counter strat. And Spirit is saying it right. Well played, Sowen, with the 2-0.